Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Band. Today is Monday, May the 1st, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We are going to start here with the ETFs and take a look at SPY. We've got a very big week, folks. The second most important week, some would say, in the trading earnings release. And so we've got a ton of that. We have ISM manufacturing this morning at 10 o'clock, construction spending also at 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow we've got U.S. job openings, factory orders, ADP on Wednesday, Powell Presser on Wednesday. It's going to be a big week. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening with price. This is actually the only chart I left the majority of the lines on. I've sort of cleaned our charts out a little bit for us to have a peek. But here is what we are staring down the barrel of. This is a breakout formation that occurred for April, right? And so we are not going to start the May candlestick. May candlestick's not going to start until 9:30 this morning. But we do have ourselves a breakout formation after two gigantic months of moving straight up, and then two gigantic days of moving straight up, which is short squeezing. A lot of people getting in front of the shorts, and then the shorts saying, hey, I've got a cover. We also have Apple coming in, just a lot of earnings this week. So let's take a peek at what's going on. My suspicion is that we are in the midst of a big squeeze that is going to come back in and collapse fairly steeply. And so we've got to be uber careful of this. I'm going to remove this fib. So here's what we're looking at. Any fades on the pullback going to be buy zones at this particular juncture. What's the most significant congestion fade event? My suspicion is that it's right around here at the 413 level. Let's change the type of line this is, because that's only the weekly colors that we're going to look at. All right, so this is the formation that we're looking at. Any pullbacks into 413.75 or so going to give us a good bounce back to take the long. If we break out above the high of last week, which is 415.94. So if you break above 416, you can chase this, but it is going to collapse. I don't know how long it's going to chase, but we are extended. If you take a look at a Fibonacci or a Bollinger Band, you're going to see that, okay? So if you say to yourself, hey, I think it's going to roll over, you can also trade it short from about 415. If it loses 415, you can say, all right, I'm going to try and anchor it down into 413.75. All right, so those are the levels. The break deep to the north also could easily happen. This is really a space where you've got to trade on much tighter time frames, in my mind. So you can get in intraday and move out, because this is an exhaustion pattern building. I don't know how long it's going to go, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside week, 6, 7 weeks of this kind of rapid dip buying. And it looks a lot like this to me. Okay, so we've got range expansion and then range collapse. But we are in a space where easily we could explode to the north and then completely exhaust. That means that there is some trouble afoot. Okay, so here we have last month's, why did I not move this one? We have last month's levels, and take a look at this. In 1 week, this chart right here in the Qs, in 1 week, they covered the entire range of the entire month. So now we've got an outside week, right? So these outside formations will give us breakaway patterns to watch, right? For those of us that use the strat, it's a 3 and a 1, right? So we have wow, that's a 2, 1, 3. So pullbacks into that 318 area, maybe even 319. I don't know where this fade's going to be. I say don't chase anything, folks. Just don't chase it. Look at those edges and then say, I'm going to wait until it comes to me. Could be a line up here at 321. Also, I'm going to put that there for us to watch. Okay, so the expansion, where's it going? Above? Listen, we could have 324 and then 329 and then 334, right? First pass bounce explosion to the north, watch for the shallow fade and take it up. All right, that's all we can do here. I think it's pretty simplistic. Here's the IWM. This one looks like a train wreck, right? This is the regionals. This would be what we'd look at for the RTY. Inside month for April, and then really fairly big expansion range for last week as well. And then we're looking at the region between 170 to 178. This is not a breakout pattern, but it could chase along with the rest of the market. And so we're going to stare down the formation that says, can I get up over 75, 75.40? Does it pull back shallow, maybe into 75? I can take the long and move out. Your stop is going to be very tight. If you lose the 74.80 level, where the market is sitting right now, heavy congestion, probably 174.80, right around there, you're going to see that that's going to give you more downside pressure. No real decisioning range right there because it's still inside of the prior month. Let's look at the SPXL. We talked about going long here above that 70 area pullback. This is a massive move all the way up into this zone. Now, in times prior, I had said, hey, if it gets up into this area, it's going to be a short. So here's the difference right now. What you want to do, because it's being driven by market action that is short, getting out and then pulling everybody in on the chase, we could have ourselves a fair explosion to the 78, 77, 69, and then maybe even 79.90. So what do we want to do? Big bounce up above 76.20. Let it pull back. If it holds the 75 area, it's a long. Chase it up. The moment it starts topping like this, get yourself out of there. Easy as it gets. Could this pull back all the way down to here? You betcha. You betcha. This is a sideways formation, and I do believe that these charts are in sideways pressure, waiting for something massive to break. There's a lot of big money that's still sitting from a trending space that will move in after this uptrend is more adequately confirmed. But they could be getting in right at the top of these levels. This chart is crazy. Here's the TQQQ. These last two, of course, are leveraged. Take a look again. Last week covered the entire range with the exception of a little bit from high to low. Again, I suspect that we are going to have a collapse of price action the further north we go. But if it's in the middle of the squeeze, the first pass bounce that takes us into 28.50, watch for the fade. If it holds 28, it's a long, run it up the rails. Next place for it to run up the rails is to get into 30, maybe 31, and then 33. That's really what we're looking at for the week. We could have ourselves some kind of massive squeeze prior to that, but I doubt it. All right, that's it for our ETFs.